Good morning and welcome to my kitchen. Today's episode is all about feta, that wonderful Greek cheese. It's slightly tangy, it's salty, it's absolutely delicious. I've got two recipes you're going to want to cook. So first recipe, you might have seen this before on social media. We're going to make a really beautiful baked tomato feta pasta dish. Now, first thing we need to do is just get our feta out. This is really, really easy. And it's the perfect midweek dinner, this. And I think me and Emily have been waiting for a reason to make this. And the recipe after it, we've been really waiting for that one. So first thing you do is just get a block of feta. That's it, okay? And then what we want is a little bit of oregano, dried oregano, sprinkled on top of there. Okay. Then I've got cherry tomatoes. Now I found ones on the vine. That's what I'm using today. And then once it's cooked, I'm going to remove the vine. But I think you get more flavour the longer you leave them on the vine. And you should be able to just lift them out afterwards. So it's fairly easy to do. Okay. Then lemon. We're going to cut this into quarters because we want this to be soft enough by the time the tomatoes and the feta have melted. And if you just sort of do it in half, it won't cook down. Okay? So there we go. Then olive oil. Be generous with the olive oil because this is going to help make the sauce. Okay? And then we're just going to add a little salt, not a lot because feta's sort of naturally quite salty. And then we're going to add some cracked black pepper. That is just going to go in the oven now until the tomatoes burst and the feta melts. Right, while my feta, tomatoes and lemon are baking away in the oven, going all soft and delicious, I'm going to put some pasta in some salted boiling water in a few minutes. But before we do that, I'm going to make these amazing feta rolls. Now, these have been on my mind a while. Okay? So basically, I've got the air fryer on at 180 degrees. They're really simple, this. All we're going to do is take our block of feta. This is going to be like a Greek toasty. Sounds good, doesn't it? Yeah. So block of feta, I think cut into 4. So we're going to make 4 rolls, okay? And basically, we take a tortilla wrap, like so. We're going to add some honey, because the Greeks love their honey, and the contrast of sweet and salty and creamy, it's going to be really good, really, really good. And then I'm going to take some fresh red chili. You could use dried chili flakes if you want, but I've got fresh in the fridge, and I think fresh will be nicer. So I'm just going to chop them up nice and fine.
Can you use a green chili?
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
I find green chilies a little bit harsh. I think red are like a bit fruitier.
Yeah.
But do you know what? It's what you've got in the house, isn't it? Usually if you buy a pack of chilies, you always end up with a green one left. It's like peppers, isn't it? Nobody wants a green pepper.
No.
Nobody wants a green pepper. Right, my air fryer is telling me it's ready. So a few little chili flakes on there. All right? As much as you dare. And then sesame seeds. That'll kind of give a bit of a nuttiness to it. Okay? And then basically egg wash. So beaten egg, we're going to go around the sides and we're going to fold this up.
Can you make these in advance and say, like, if you wanted them for like a buffet or like a...
Yeah, you can, but what you've got to be careful of, do you see what I did there? So if I take the feta, like I've rolled it over and then you roll it back and then you roll it forward again and then we're going to tuck the edges in. It's like making a burrito. Yeah? So we're now like that. And then we're going to roll it again. And then we're going to roll it again. Okay? And that egg wash is going to hold it. And then we brush the outside as well, again. Okay? So you can get it to this stage. I wouldn't brush it in beaten egg on the outside until you're about to cook.
Yeah.
Yeah? So you could do this and freeze them.
Yeah.
Done. And you can make them as big or as small as you like. All right? And if you really fancied adding a few different things to it, you probably could, to be honest. I think whatever you fancy, you know, if the spinach would be nice, very traditional spanakopita style. You know, you could chuck a bit of leftovers in there. I think it's all good. But I wanted to desperately just try this honey, chili, feta, sesame combination because I think it's going to be really, really good. And getting the air fryer on just seems like a good way to do it, really. It means we're going to get a nice crispness to it and they're going to be cooked nice and quickly. So egg wash all around the edges and then fold it over and then roll it all the way back. Then roll it forward once, fold your sides in and then roll it over. And that means that all the feta will encase and stay inside there and it will melt together with the honey and the chili and the sesames and it will just be so nice. Right, I'm going to get them 2 more done. Right, that is all 4. So that's a block of feta. It's made 4 individual ones. And then I'm just going to egg wash the outsides and that'll just help kind of make a really nice crispy rich outside instead of it just being sort of a crunchy wrap. Okay, and then I'm just going to scatter some more seeds on the outside. And then, right, air fryer. We're set at 180 degrees. So all I'm going to do is put these in. Make sure there's plenty of space around each one. Don't overcrowd them. And then we're going to get those in and we're going to cook them for 12 minutes. And that means it'll give it time to crisp up and the cheese to melt. Okay. Right, parcels are cooked. Look at these. Look, they look like little sausage rolls, but they're not. They're going to be way better than that. So, because we wrap them really, really carefully, everything has stayed inside. Look at that.
Look at the shine on them.
Works of art, those. And then what I'll do is I'll cut one open and we'll have a little try, shall we, Emily?
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa, look at that. Now, I think a little added touch. Emily's going out for dinner, so she won't want much.
I'll always eat.
It'll be very, very hot. But it'll be worth it. Just that little extra little bit of honey, I think, is going to make this yummy. Because it's kind of creamy, it's sour, it's hot and crispy and...
Oh my God. That's good.
If you make nothing else of mine this year, make these. They're absolutely delicious. Right, pasta's cooked 9 minutes, so it's just cooked, not overcooked. And then we've just drained it. And what I'm going to do is get rid of the pasta water because I don't need it. I'm just going to put it to one side and then grab a little olive oil, just a touch, and the pasta won't stick while we finish the sauce. So a touch of olive oil, give it a little shake. And then I can just put that to one side for now. Let's grab our feta and tomatoes. Now, this smells good. Okay, there you go. Okay, so all we now need to do is a couple of things. We've got to get our tomatoes off the stalks. So we're just going to use a fork and we're just going to pull them off like this. So if you got cherry tomatoes that weren't on the vine, then lucky you. You could be nearly eating by now, but I bought on the vine. So I'm just going to remove those.
Would you use like large tomatoes?
Yeah, but you've got to kind of make sure they cook at the same time.
So like maybe start
So, because
first and then...
if you look at the feta there, it's all nice and soft and it's going to squish all together and be lovely. So you want everything to cook quite swiftly. So cherry tomatoes are like really good for it. But if you haven't got cherry tomatoes, you haven't got cherry tomatoes, have you? So maybe cut them in half or into quarters.
Yeah.
Okay. And then we're just going to lift our lemons out as well. This is what makes it quite Greek, really, is lemon and tomato and feta and all those lovely flavours. I always think, you know, when you're cooking something, just look at what that country's got in abundance. And that's, you know, Greece has loads of tomatoes, loads of feta, lemons, you know. That's why they have what they have and they cook what they do. They're very good at just sort of, this is what we have, so this is what we cook. Okay, so that's the last of the tomatoes out. I'm going to squeeze some of that lemon in there. I'm just going to do 2/4 to begin with. You can always add a little bit more if you want to. And then just back of the fork and start mashing the feta and the tomatoes together. And this is just going to make a lovely creamy tomatoey sauce. And what you can do is move on to a masher if you want to. You really want to sort of bring it all together, just mash like that. And it's just going to now be this lovely, honestly, it might not look so appetizing right now, but once we add some lovely fresh spinach, and this is the best way to eat spinach when it's just raw. Chuck it in, then in with your pasta, give it a little shake, in with your pasta, and then we're just going to stir all this together. And now it's just like vibrant and fresh. I mean, it's going to taste absolutely amazing, this. It's going to be so nice. What do you think? Fancy trying this?
Yeah. Good.
I think this is just a super simple, healthy, delicious midweek dinner. Now, if you want the recipe, make sure you sign up to our weekly newsletter. petersidwell.com, go to the newsletter, sign up. We will send you every week at about 9:15 on a Saturday morning. We'll send you an email with the recipes, okay? So if you want the recipes, that is the best way to get them. But for now, you go, Emily, have a taste of that. There we go. I am going to have a little taste of this as well.
Oh, so like light and fresh.
Oh, the lemon.
No, you could.
The lemon and the tomato. That
That is good.
is absolutely delicious. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode and today's recipes. If you want to share them with all your friends and family, please do. The more people that are cooking food like this, the better. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you on the next episode.